Meet the man who needs no introduction, Mr. Get to the Chopper. And those are my cookies, Ted. This guy has done just about everything. Honestly, his life is like living 3 lives for you and me combined. The guy's got 7 Mr. Olympia titles, has served as governor of California for 8 years, and has won a Golden Globe Award as an actor. Oh, and he's also 77 years old, but his energy rivals a man in his 50s. To bring Arnold back down to earth, he underwent a major heart surgery that ended up being a cornerstone moment in his life, forcing him to shift from an extremely intense training style to a much more normal and relaxed one. And even now, as he approaches 80, you can't help but ask, how in the world has this man maintained such a high level of fitness, even though he's been away from the fitness profession for over 40 years? Well, stick around as we uncover Arney's diet and exercise routine that's helped him defeat Father Time and defy all laws of aging. These days, his diet is predominantly plant-based, about 80% vegan to be precise. And honestly, that's a pretty significant shift from his hardcore meat and protein-packed days as a bodybuilder. This switch wasn't random. It's been a conscious effort to improve his cholesterol levels and his overall health. But don't get it twisted, he hasn't completely abandoned his protein-packed favorites. Eggs, salmon, chicken, and even veggie burgers still make regular appearances on his plate. And of course, protein shakes. Because let's face it, the man knows that protein is the backbone of muscle building, and he's stuck to his golden rule: 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You know, back in his prime, when he tipped the scales at 250 pounds, that meant 250 grams of protein daily. Just think about how much food that is, man. That's like a full-time commitment to meals. So back in the day, he didn't just focus on protein. His meals were a well-rounded mix of grains, vegetables, and fats. And we're not talking about just the good fats here. He was all in on saturated fats too. Red meat, bacon, egg yolks, you name it, I'm getting hungry. The goal was really simple: pack on quality mass and fuel those intense workouts. His daily intake back then was no joke. He even ate 5 to 6 meals a day. And when you factor in all the supplements, the vitamins, and the minerals, it came out to around 3,825 calories a day. On Sundays though, it was cheat day. Time for burgers, fries, pizza, and maybe even a slice of pie. It's kind of comforting to know that even Arnold couldn't resist a good old cheat day. Alright, let's talk about carbs, because in the world of bodybuilding, carbs are either your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on where you are in your training cycle. When Arnold was bulking up, carbs were a massive part of his diet. His go-to options? Bread. And not just any bread, he loved Ezekiel's bread. This is made from sprouting grains and has no added sugars or refined flour, making it a slow-release energy source. But regular bread sandwiches also made their way into his meals from time to time. Cereal was another breakfast staple, giving him a quick burst of energy to kickstart his day. And let's not forget rice, especially brown rice, which is a bodybuilder favorite thanks to its high-quality carbs and extra fiber. Baked potatoes were another bulking essential, and of course, green veggies like spinach and broccoli helped keep his digestion on point while adding vital nutrients. Fruits rounded out his carb game, delivering natural sugars and vitamins, while pasta, sometimes topped with cheese, provided him with an occasional high-carb intake. And then there's protein, because honestly, what's a bodybuilder without it? His protein sources were as diverse as his movie roles. Beef was a cornerstone, with 100 grams of cooked minced beef delivering around 23 grams of protein. Chicken breast, the undisputed king of lean protein, was another regular feature, packing a solid 32 grams of protein per 100 grams. Fish was another big one, salmon, tuna, and the like. And of course, eggs. Arnold has said countless times that his mornings started with 4 to 5 whole eggs. Dairy was also a major part of his routine, from milk to cottage cheese. These provided a steady source of protein and calcium, both crucial for muscle maintenance and overall health. And let's not forget all about the fats and fibers, though they play a critical role in keeping the body functioning optimally, even for somebody like Arnold. So let's get to his legendary workout routine. His workouts were downright Herculean. He didn't just dabble in fitness, the guy lived and breathed it. Back in his prime, he would spend 4 to 6 hours a day in the gym. Today, at 77 years old, his workouts are understandably less grueling. he spends about 1.5 hours a day working out, splitting his time between 30 minutes of weightlifting and 45 to 60 minutes of cycling. But keep in mind that he's still pushing himself harder than most people half of his age. Now, let's rewind to his peak bodybuilding days and you'll see why he earned the nickname Austrian Oak. His workout plan was meticulously crafted to hit every muscle group with relentless precision. He trained 6 days a week, splitting his routine into 2 parts, morning and afternoon sessions. Each muscle group was hammered with such intensity that he managed to work the most crucial areas twice a week. On Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Arnold's focus was on the chest, back, legs, calves, forearms, and abs. For his chest, the routine started off with the quintessential bench press, 5 sets of 6 to 10 reps, gradually adding weight to push his limits. He followed that up with 6 sets of cable crossovers, targeting the inner chest with precise movements. Flat bench flies and dumbbell pullovers were staples, chiseling his chest from every angle. And if that wasn't enough, incline bench presses and dips pushed the upper body to the brink of failure. For his back, his routine was just as demanding. Wide grip chin-ups were his bread and butter, performed to failure every single time. Pulley rows, T-bar rows, and straight leg deadlifts added thickness and detail to his back. He rounded it all off with one-arm dumbbell rows, a move that's become a gym classic thanks to his influence. Oh, leg day? Yeah, he made sure you wouldn't forget it. 6 sets of leg presses, leg curls, and squats were just the beginning. Barbell lunges and leg extensions added to the finishing touches, ensuring his legs looked as powerful as they felt. His calf routine was equally insane, with 10 sets of standing calf raises, 8 sets of seated calf raises, and 6 sets of one-legged calf raises. This guy had calves that became the stuff of legend. And let's not skip the forearms. Wrist curls, reverse barbell curls, and the wrist roller machine were all in the mix. Abs? No shortcuts there. Crunches of every variety performed to failure kept off his sessions. His abs weren't just there for show, they were functional and carved from years of relentless effort. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, he switched gears. These days were all about biceps, triceps, shoulders, calves, forearms, and abs. For biceps, it was a relentless assault with barbell curls, seated dumbbell curls, and dumbbell concentration curls, all for 6 sets of 6 to 10 reps. Triceps got some equal love with close grip bench presses, pushdowns, French presses, and one-arm dumbbell tricep extensions. And then came the shoulders. He started with seated barbell presses, a compound move that hit every part of his deltoid. Lateral raises, rear delt lateral raises, and cable lateral raises followed, sculpting his shoulders into that signature V-tapper physique. Calves, forearms, and abs were constants in his routine, showing just how much attention he paid to the details. His calf exercises mirrored those from earlier in the week, while forearms got the wrist curl and reverse barbell curl treatment yet again. And abs were also hammered with different types of crunches too. He didn't just blindly follow the routine, he adjusted it based on how his body felt. If something needed a little bit more work, he gave it extra attention. If a certain exercise wasn't delivering results, he swapped it out. So what are your thoughts about Arnold's diet and workout regimen? Let us know in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next episode.